Let's try that one. It's nice, it's slow. It's like a fade in, fade out light here. Okay, I was not prepared. I just stood up and turned on the iPad. I don't even have headset or nothing. I don't got nothing. I'm just raw. Mom was gonna go to bed, but she decided to stay up for a while longer, and so I said, "Hey, Mom, you want me to do a talk?" And she's like, "Yeah." So here we are. We're gonna talk for a while. I haven't done a talk in days. I haven't done talk in several days. It's been days and days, I think, and I don't feel good. I have had a headache in my eyeballs, my ears. I have like earaches like I used to get when I was a kid. I get earaches and then they'd go all these doctors. One time I 7 residents were the doctor and then the doctor and then the little students. The student doctors. They weren't doctors yet. They were learning how to be doctors. And then the first doctor looked in my ear, and it hurt. My ear was inflamed. It was red to the touch. It was so. It was red to the touch, and one guy looked in it. And it took the rest of the guys to hold me down, and then they took turns. I was like a 7-year-old girl when this happened. Understand? I was a 7-year-old girl. So I never liked this planet, and now the planet is finally getting to a point where nobody else likes it either. People are starting to figure out what I've been trying to tell them all along. I've been trying to tell them, man, because I live from my heart. I live from my heart. That's the basic. That's plainly the best way you can. And it's starting to put holes in my brain. That's what I'm coming to the conclusion of, is that I have holes in my brain. I have had so much. See, because every time like something traumatic, it's like cells die. If you know how the human body works, and I know I talk about these things in layman's terms because I want everybody to understand them, but I have worked in hospitals. I have seen neurological damage on people my whole life, and I know how this happens. So, and I can see the changes in me because I'm getting to where I can't lift as many or lift my weights as fast as I could. So, and your strength is in the mind. That's why people can take cars off people that they see and like getting in accidents. They go pull cars on them because their mind just says, you need to help that person and there's like a disconnect between all practical physics. Because we live in woo-woo. Everything's woo-woo, but they created this program called the beast system where they made opposite of woo-woo, so they could lock people away that were into woo-woo. Like telekinesis, I have the ability to telekinesis, don't you? Everybody does. How many people don't even try? They never even tried, and I never got to, I'm not talking about bending spoons. I'm sure there's people that can do that. I'm talking about, I learned it from YouTube. I learned telekinesis from watching a YouTube video, and I tried it, and I did it. I watched a kid on a coconut. He did it with a coconut, and I was like, man, that's the fluid inside that he's operating with. That's the fluid inside that this guy's... And then I tried it with a lighter because it's the same principle. And ever since then, I've been doing it like 6-7 years now. I'll put a lighter on somebody's hand. I quit smoking weed, so I don't know where lighters are anymore. Here's one. You take a lighter And then you put it on somebody's hand. I bet I could do it with just... And it's the fluid inside, because we all have magnetics with our genetics. And you can see it. I'm going to knock it off my hand right now. Sometimes I catch it with my other one, but like I said, I have holes in my brain. I can't do stuff like I used to, but I could do stuff I could never do, so it's like a trade-off. When you get old, if you get old, if you get to figure out the life's puzzle, I figured it out. Keep your integrity that you had before you ever went into school. When you were that kid on the playground, you know, and you went around with your bag of Doritos and it said, hey, you want some of my chips? You want some of my chips? And you get, you know, because you like your chips, but you like your chips so much, you want to share your chips with your homies. Right? Because sharing is caring. And then as soon as we get to school, the program hits, and then we're all little little R2D2s without the fancy whistles. I'm getting my whistle back. I used to have a bird. We would have whistle contests. Plus, it exercises your brain. Being ambidextrous exercises your brain. I have a math tutor, and I'm teaching her stuff too. And so I teach her like how, you know, to stay sharp. I write back and forth with both hands. I'll write left and right-handed with both hands. Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Heyoka empath. If you conceive me, that means the earth is changing. I'm a stay-at-home daughter, but I'm a jack all tirades because I went to war and now I speak of peace. Thank you. I have my mom's face. Mom, say hi. A dude slammed mom's head in a car door in 1989. She took care of herself for a real long time. She's very independent, has a 5-planet stellium in Sagittarius. Until, thank you, that's nice to see. Until about, we started like looking for our forever home, our roots. We left Omaha, Nebraska. Oh God, it's been 10 years now. We left a decade ago, Mom. That's crazy. Then we ended up in Salem, Oregon for 4 years. Had some life adventures there, because all we do is we're living a library on our souls. Like, go into a library and they're like, I want to do this, and that. And then they go, okay, there you go do that. And then people, what do? They get stuck in video game mode. Or they get stuck in like having to play sports because they have to buy cars and houses for their whole family. Wow. Because that's their program. I don't have a program. I didn't stay in any structure for any allotted amount of time because of the environment in which I was born. I'm a throwaway. It's one of these. I'm a throwaway. This is my light. It's one of these. It's a fan light combo. I dig this thing. Me and Mom are throwaways. That we're the spirits are what the B system feed off of. And now the B system is being dude, I talked to myself for years. It's called mobile fan. Well, it says mobile fan on the front. But as far as make and model, I just had one in my cart because I was going to order another one. Well, I will find out. Here you go. Model number. I'll do better. Model number X68A. Output power is 15 watts. It's chargeable. That's why I like it. It has 20,000 mAh. Camera for what? I have a lot of cameras. I've taken pictures since I was a little kid. I'm into technology. I'm 29 degrees Saturn in my 12th house and 23 degrees Mars. So, mostly, it's called what again? Model? You need the model again? Did I see that? Let's see, I gotta turn the light back on. Model X68A. I got it on Amazon. Of course, it's made in China. It would really be great if America started making stuff again. Oh, what am I talking on? I'm on an iPad. And then sometimes I'll do lives on this. I got Meta glasses. I've gone live on that, but I use these. You know what I use these for? I use these for security. That's what I use these for. And to bust out borough brats. When I see agency doing stupid shit, like when it's 10 o'clock in the morning and you see somebody drive to the grocery store and they're in a Taos County car or state in New Mexico car and they're doing their grocery shopping, no. You're stealing from the people. Whenever borough brats agency do what come with an emote? An iPad? I don't know what you're talking about. No, not this one. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm trying to have a conversation and then answer questions. I can't do that. And then they have it in different colors. I got it in orange though. So I hope where you are it's nice and the air is clean and crisp and nice. Summer's kind of over. I always can tell the seasons by the morning, like the morning. Do you have to pay to go live? No, I don't think anybody has to pay to go live. It changes all the time. I don't know what generation we are in because they do different. I was in IT for a lot of years, and a lot of time updates that they do are rollbacks. So it's not an update. They're just undoing something that was stupid that they shouldn't have done to begin with. I try to be sweet because I'm not. They tried to make me a monster. Society tries to make people monsters. It's not just me. It's everyone. They want to keep people from disconnecting from their spirit. You know, like living from their heart. Hey, what's up? How you doing? And people are living more for their heart. I see it on social media every day. I'm always crying. Because I'm seeing how people are just like, they see something that needs help and then they just gotta help that thing. I love it. I love the guys that are going into restaurants that don't have customers and then the community sees, you know. I love giving people the opportunity to be the best person that they can be. And what's happening in America is our opportunities have been hijacked by ideologies and principality driven men to the point that now they need little blue pills to be men. And there's a lot of really good guys out there. I got to talk more in balance because I notice I do that a lot. Like, if I say something negative, I got to say something positive. There's a lot of good guys out there that were never taught how to take anybody. It depends on where you want to go. If you want to go live here, I'll tell you this. You want to go live, go over to YouTube on your channel. And it looks like this on your phone, and then there's a little plus. There's a little plus right there. And then you get a window like this, and then you can upload, show, and then you go live right there. I shouldn't be able to go live because I'm already live, but okay, we'll just show you all the way through. Look at all the infinite possibilities. There, now I'm live. I'm live twice, both on YouTube. Infinite possibilities. There you go. Go live. Knock yourself out. Can I finish my conversation now? Do you mind? Is that okay? Jesus Christ. There's tutorials all over the place.
all you gotta do is Google your Google. But people just see, that's the thing. I heard a TikTok earlier, and I'm like, this lady nailed it, because she's like, you know why people play video games? Because, well, when I was a kid, I always imagined the video game. You're welcome. I know some people are visual learners. I'm here to help. I'm just an Aries with the Scorpio moon and a Cancer, so I'm snappy and I'm stingy. I'm so many of these things that people don't like because they don't got no soul, and I got soul. And they don't like it. People that don't got soul, they don't like things that have soul. They absolutely detest like beautiful things. Like, I don't have to like things to appreciate them. There's so many things that I listen to that I'm just like, God, I can't stand this guy. Like, but it's my ego that's reflecting off theirs. So they are a reminder to me. Everybody's a teacher. Everybody's a teacher on this planet. Either you learn something that is useful. Well, everything's useful, because it's even useful to learn that, hey, I don't want to act like them. I don't want to be like that. I don't want to do what they're doing. I'm not into that stuff. I used to cry when I was a little girl because of the idea of having to grow up and marry a man. I would cry myself to, I'd be like, how do I get out of this? They're going to want me to marry a dude, and I don't want to marry a dude. I have a brother. He's a dude. He totally sucks. My dad's a dude. He's a complete asshole. I don't want to marry one of those guys. Mom loves dudes. And they've slammed her head in the car door. They've kicked her off second-story porches. They've done all these terrible, horrible things. I don't want to be with somebody that's going to do that. When I was a 10-month-old baby, while I was 13, I read the sheriff report of what happened when I was a 10-month-old baby, and my hip still pops. And in my mind, if one guy's going to do that, all of them are going to have the potential to do that. I don't know what that means. I don't know. So the way I see things are going is, well, I'm just gonna have to talk about my own personal experience. When I was younger, I was born with more masculine than feminine energy. I was born on the 9th of April. If you look up the 9th of April, it is a highly destined karmic day. It is a day where thousands of people have died and some have been born, okay? It's the day that wars begin. We bombed Baghdad on my Saturn return, okay? I have 29 degrees Saturn in my 12th house in Gemini, all right? I know about war, okay? There's no art of it. There's no rules to it. It's whatever they want to do in the time that they're engaging, and the stuff that gets caught up in the crossfire. I saw 550 Marines that they brought to Crete. These guys were just pumped up, just ready to kill, because that's what they're programmed to do, because they played those video games, and then it put the impressions in their head and put the pictures there, and then brought them back. Ooh, yeah, let's do this, because it's what men do. It's past life stuff, future life stuff. It's a frequency. Either you have reverence for life or you're into death. There ain't no in between. There's not no either or. And so we got to a point where these guys, they broke their brains with violence, with all these wars, with all these engagements. How come more Vietnam veterans haven't been, or not, yeah, Vietnam era, how come they kept their mouths closed? They should have been saying war's a lie, like I've been saying since 03, and they didn't do it. They haven't been doing it. Now, we never know how many people were, they're never going to tell you how many military members are dying, but now so because of this, people are taking pictures of freedom, or the rides when they all the stuff, the pageantry, that comes with it. So then they throw words like freedom and democracy, but then they keep putting up more flock cameras, so the words don't add up anymore, and it's just violence and control and dominance because men can't control themselves anymore. They can't be men because they're just going to work and working an honest day's job to take care of their family. They're not doing that anymore. That's not happening anymore. Whether it's opportunity, skill, or the fact that people, I'm just going to close up shop. People are losing their jobs. People get to a point that they have all their needs met and everybody else is on their own. And I hope I never get to that place, because that's when the ego comes in. And so you got all the, now they want to give, they already spend $4 billion a year on male enhancement drugs. Now they want to give them testosterone, and these guys are already violent. They want nothing. My whole life, dudes have wanted to beat my ass because I'm a masculine woman. I don't want to fight. I know how to fight. I had to learn how to fight because my brother attacked me and slammed my head into the ground, and I let him until I grabbed him in his balls and until he got off me. That's how I got off. I freaking. He's like that. Because he's your brother until he does something like that. So then there's no rules of loyalty. You know what I mean? Then it's. You hurt, he could have killed me. He could have cracked my skull. But he would have called his fraternity brothers and they would have cleaned up the mess, and I just would have been another statistic, really. Because he got in trouble. I come from Freemasons. It's a long line of men doing shady, nasty, weird, pervy shit and never being held culpable for it. Never being held accountable for all the nasty deeds that they did. And they got to use the whole system to cover up all their nasty deeds because all their buddies are doing nasty deeds. It's not nasty if everybody's just having a good time. Because they're riddled. They're riddled with inclinations. They're driven not to feed the community or support the community, but to cause harm. And it's women, it's men and women. It's just all an imbalance of energy, not using your energy wisely. That's what Mom used to teach me. Use your energy wisely. Use your energy wisely. So I go out like a little hamster on a cage, riding my bike. From dawn to dusk, I'd be out there riding my bike. For years I did that as a young Asperger's. And then I started using that potential and putting it elsewhere. Like I put it in my social life. I was always real social until, I don't want to hang out with them no more. My life has been dwindled down to just me and Mom hanging out. Huh, Mom?
That's right.
Right? We go for rides sometimes. We'll go get food and eat in the park. We'll go. And we always, wherever we go, we always bring water with us. So if ever we see people that are thirsty, we have water to offer. It's all about See, when I was a little young, they said I was retarded and said I was never going to amount to anything ever in my whole entire life. And I went off on and I did things that other people recognize as remarkable. I was just looking at it as just me putting all of me into whatever job I had, whether it was being a busser at Chevy's Mexican restaurant in Redding in the early 90s, or on the flight line in Crete when we bombed Iraq in 03. I just try to give me the best version of, give whatever situation the best version of me. And then it's shifted somehow, like integrity got to a point it don't matter. being honest and true. It don't matter. It's all about the shady deal. Like, things have changed, and Earth is an etch-a-sketch, and we're coming up on the reset again. So people are figuring out, like, you know, it's survive. We're at the point of surviving, because I don't know if you noticed this a lot, that like a lot of people are having kids with autism and Asperger's, like they said I was back in the 80s. See, I learned how to mask from watching TV. I am programmed by TV. And then when I go into social situations, I took off the mask, and when I was 42, that's when the mask came off. I said, no, I'm not putting on a mask. I'm not going to not say that thing because it makes other people uncomfortable. Because I grew up, and I was the one that, like, why are you always mad at me? People are always mad because I would tell the truth. You know? Because they'd be like, I love you. And I'm like, no, you don't. No, you don't. I heard you when you were talking to Grandpa. No, you don't. You know, I always hear the conversation because I was such a snoop. And when you're a truth seeker, the truth will seek you when you seek the truth. It's how frequency and vibration work. My cat just got up. Hi, Stanley. Want to say hi on the meows? You don't really like being on. You don't really like it, but we'll see. Want to say hi in the moon? It's as big as an eagle. My house tiger. Okay. See you later in the bits. Is it getting hot in here? It's because of the TV. That TV puts off a lot of heat. It's a glass. It's glass. The screen. I got that in 2008. That thing is 18 years old. I like it because I have it in years. But once we get to our forever home, I'm one of those. I have to wait till everything's just right. But I don't think it has Bluetooth capability. But so I can't transfer it like that. But I can I can get on the internet with it, like a browser. I can put my camera card in it and then show Mom pictures on the screen. So, like, I don't know, it was the only time I ever did that Black Friday thing that people do. People in Nebraska and Omaha, it would be like noon. Thank you. It would be like noon on a Saturday. Those Black Friday nights. Like, it's tradition. People load up their babies, and then they do it every year. And, like, the babies graduate, go to school, and then start having babies, and then they still do it. And I'm just like, oh my God, I cannot live in these loops. I can't live in I can't do that. My consistency is reserved for Mom and, like, my health. Like, I didn't know how to take care of myself when I was a kid. I had to learn how to not take anything personal because people would tell me I stunk. And I still have body odor. I gotta get this metal. It's heavy metals. We're not supposed to process them in our. That's why so many people are having kidney disease at like 20. Like we have to go back to just like people having gardens and then feeding the community. Because we have to go back to grassroots, holistic, learning how to take care of your soul sap. See, I paid attention in Miss Minifee's PE class because I wanted to do good even though I got bad grades. I did everything. I excelled physically, but they failed me in PE because I wouldn't take the showers, because I knew I liked females and I was chivalrous. I didn't want to be with the girls because I don't want to see them naked because I liked girls and I wasn't a little pervert. And so I failed PE, Flamson and Paso Robles, CVI, and the weird PE teachers would want to watch me take a shower and just weird. I've been a spectacle my whole life and I haven't gotten the reward from it. I've been celibate 10 years. I'm doing this new abstinence thing. It's been going a few months. I don't need visuals. I have my mind, you know. I was born on the same day as Jenna Jameson, so a lot of my potential in me is sexual energy. So I have had to learn my whole life how to channel that, and I still don't got no STD. I'm 52. That's not common in New Mexico. Never had one. Every STD that exists is because a dude used an animal for a penis pocket. So put your mind around that. So, and then they spread that around, and then it's not a fun game. I grew up like, and I'm fortunate because I was used to be such a amorous young thing. I was never a slut. I would date the slutty girls though, because they're hot. I mean, hot girl. I mean, come on. I've known women aren't as attractive as they used to be. There's this chick that came across my FYP not too long ago. She's a country western singer, and she's a pretty girl. And I'm just like, there used to be pretty girls everywhere. Like authentic, like, wow, she's really a pretty girl. Wow. Nah, Botox. They're all Botox about Barbies now. They're all have a picture in their mind, and then a doctor sold them on the notion, yeah, I can do that for you. And it just didn't turn out how you wanted it to, because it never does. It's sad. I said earlier I'm getting my Whistler back. My R2-D2. I have a friend who has a bird, and I talk to her bird over the speakerphone. Well, I got braces, and I didn't whistle for a long time. And so I was just like, well, shit. I fucked up my Whistler, so what's... just... I never wanted to be... Wait, when I was 5, I wanted to be a boy because they could pee in the woods. And then by the time I was 6, I didn't want that. They wanted me to be transgender, but I was like, you know what? God don't make junk, and I don't need to cut myself up to be a man, because every time I go out in public, dudes step up to me like they want to fight me just because I have masculine energy. They got something to prove. I don't have anything to prove. They're like, like, I've done all the cool stuff. And they're mad because they're born and raised. Born and raised in any place is unuseful. Any place that is just... How old are you? I'm 47. You ever lived in any place else? No, I ain't never lived any place else. So, in all the time you've lived here, in all 47 years, this community hasn't excelled. It, in fact, has been on a steady decline since. Where have you been in those 47 years? What is the thing that you did to contribute in the community in which you live? Did you go out and pick up garbage? You go out and with your weed whacker and clean up, for parts that, it's a fire hazard. Like what are people actually tangibly doing? They're not doing shit. They're sitting at home playing on their little video games, 50 years old. 40 years old, 35, 30, 25, 20 teens, just hours on end talking to their friends in the no place space. Do the dishes before mom gets home. She's tired. She's worked 80 hours this week. Mom walks in. God, I hope that kid put dinner in the oven and did dishes. Nope, couldn't be bothered. Whatever he had to do was wait. Like, where is the discipline? Where is the... Instead of people going full board, I want to do whatever I want, chasing sensation 24/7, 365. Where do they withhold from their own passions to be of service to somebody else? Ever. People don't. They just live their best lives all the time. And there's a lot of women out there that have been, had like mom that had their head slammed in, like can't take care of themselves. They're freaking, really happy little clams. I'm glad mom's happy. Because I'm good to her. You have to love things and they'll want to stay here. When things don't feel loved and cared for, they come to the Gorge Bridge and jump off. Teach them how to have reverence for life and all this suicide stuff, Give people safe places to talk about all the weird stuff that happened to them. And rebuild from the ashes of that. Because bad stuff has happened to all of us, darn it. Not everybody gets a cash or one of those GoFundMe where the whole world sees and says, we're going to make everything good for you. Not everybody gets that. There's one thing I do to add to the world. I'm autistic. They said I was Asperger's in 86. I should make a t-shirt, Aspie in 86. I don't even know the color of the rainbows. But this is how I always did it. And I wrote that on there because it says straight people like rainbows too. It's cheeky because I'm not. Well, I didn't used to be. Anyway, it's funny. It's an ally thing. I still have the picture that I drew when we lived on Manzanita. We lived there from 9 to 12. We've moved around a lot. And then I remember things that happened in history based on places where we've lived. Yep. What, my 6th grade year? That year everybody went to camp? I always missed camp. I went to 4 schools and then didn't go to school for 7 weeks. We were broke down in Visalia. Couch surfing at Debbie's house. Woman mom went to high school with. She had like 5 kids. One of the kids had like cerebral palsy. Is that what it's called? She had breathing tube. Like, she always drooled and stuff. She taught me that we all have souls in us. And that even if our containers are different, that they're having a viable experience, and that joyful needs to be emphasized more. And she taught me, like, people stink, but when you love them, you keep them from stinking. And then now I'm old, and then like, I'm always, okay, Mom, we gotta wash hair. You wanna wash hair today? Like, okay, today we're gonna soak feet. Like, I learned how to take care of Mom from people ridiculing me when I was a kid. Because I took it as, they were taking it as in being insulting, and I took it as constructive criticism. So I go through the world giving people constructing criticism, and then people think I'm a jerk because they don't know what because they're too busy playing video games. Oh my goodness, I love it. But people want to learn how to. I don't have beef with video games except for with the amount of time. Like, what if? How could they do a consensus if they took every game console? Like PlayStation, Xbox. I lost track. Nintendo. I lost track of what they were. I used to play Mario 3 on Nintendo. back in the early 90s. And then I was like, all right, that's it. And then now it's just like I watch people play video games. And I'm just like, hours, 5, 6, 7. I used to drink like that though, so I can't talk too much trash. I start drinking. Woo! Time machine! What? Then I'd start getting chatty. And then I'd start forgetting it was late. And then I'd start, oh, that's all right. That, we haven't. I was that. I was such. It took a long time to just learn how to act right. I didn't have any good examples. Mom was in survival mode my whole upbringing, just trying to, like, my dad sucks. He's a shitty guy. He and his family and their influence had her put in the Atascadero State Mental Hospital for the criminally insane for weeks. Because of power and influence. And that happened when I was a year old. 18 months, 3 months, 3 years. Like, this system has always been broken. It's just now we're getting to a point that more and more and more people, like, they stop getting advantage from being a part of the beast system, and now they're finally talking about what they should have been talking about the whole time. Late reporters are just too late. I don't want to hear it. You should have said something back when it happened. Because I've been talking about this stuff my whole life, but I'm one of them blacklisted people. You know what Active Directory is? Anybody know what Active Directory is? It's a tool, a back-end tool that they use for like Microsoft Server, for big tens and thousand companies. And they have all these little compartments where they put people that allows them to have access to certain things. You have the whole company, but then you have people that only have like sales. And then you only have purchasing. And then I sat next to a guy that maintained the fleet, all of the trucks for G4S Secured Solutions. And he would just talk all day and make arrangements for having maintenance done in cities and states all over the United States. Because these guys drive these trucks like they're stolen, because if they break them, they'll get a newer, better one. Because they're pros, man. It's all. Agency is welfare for the employees, don't you know? So, the system is shrunk because people wanted to share their share less, and now earthly events are happening. Earthly events are happening. I don't think anybody should really be worried and concerned about looks. Where I live, the state in which I live, I get a lot of notifications from it happen all over the state. I just pay attention to a lot of stuff. And there's 3 communities now that don't have water. There's one north of Cuesta, Sorora or something. I'm bad with Spanish. I failed Spanish. I wish I need to be with somebody around somebody and then just have them speak Spanish to me all the time, and then I'll pick up on it. I should just go to Ma, you want to go Mexico? We'll just cross I'll just take you with me. Maybe the cartel will leave me alone. Maybe they'll recruit you, Ma. So, I forgot what I was saying. My train of thought derailed. I'm getting too long-winded. But people don't know how to take care. They just know how to take care of themselves these days, and they don't know. Like, just because we're strong. Like when I was young, I was strong and vigor, but I didn't think I was gonna live to be 21. And when I got to be 21, I'm one of those. I don't think I'm gonna see old age, kind of thing. So I have to take care of myself in case I do, because nobody else is gonna take care of Mom. One day maybe I'll let myself go. I can't do that. So I had to learn how to take care of me so I could be here to take care of Mom. Because this life isn't just about me and going on vacations and sleeping in this hotel and eating in this restaurant. Or I used to go to concerts. I used to go to Broadway shows. I used to travel around a lot. You know, and it's just like, I finally found the peace inside of me. I finally found it. I was chasing sensation. I always wanted to be a part of the party. I didn't want to miss anything. I wouldn't miss any event because every time I missed an event, people always talked about how it was the greatest event ever. And I'm like, of course it was, because I wasn't there. You know, so it's what? I don't know. I got all those. I got a lot of stuff. They never said I did because I never stuck around psychiatrists and psychologists enough. Like, I talk with them, but it was just like they benefited from it as much as I do because I'm an INFJ. Last time I went to talk to a psychiatrist, dude, no, Chevy, poser. Not since I was a little girl. Let's see. I drive better backwards than you probably drive forwards. That's all I did for 5 years, or 4 years. I was in a truck. Hauling around Dash 86s and air conditioners and heaters and start carts and non-powered stands and all this stuff for the big old airplanes at Offutt Air Force Base just to get you, the American people, to believe in go fight, kill for a thrill. America's the greatest place in the world. I listen to all kinds of things. I listen to a lot of music. I'm old. I've had headsets since Walkmans in '86. When were you born? So yeah. And I'm a spectrometer. I'm a full spectrum person. So I'll check anything out. And I don't discriminate based on looks or the color of people's skin. I don't get the game that people play with all this nationalism and stuff like that, all that stuff. I know that song. Every time I hear the Deftones, it reminds me of a kid that almost got beat to death one night, but I came in and I broke up the fight. And I told the guy that was beating up a drunk guy, like, what kind of little bitch move are you? You want to fight something? Let's fight a girl. You're so big and, like, I'm so tired of bullies. You know, and they take advantage of people that, like, they're obviously taking advantage. The mom with the baby in the carriage. No, I'm so tired of being a mom. I wish the nanny was here. Somebody else take this child. I grew up like that. I was the parting gift to my parents after they got divorced. I'm not talking about the Deftones anymore. But yeah, that guy, I found out later he was on the road coming back from the Shasta Dam and got hit by a car and got killed. That road up to Cinnamooney got a lot of people, man. I think it was Cinnamooney. When I was one of my first jobs, I worked at my high school. I was probably 15 years old. I'm fine. I just tell stories, and sometimes I'll feel emotion because I know somebody today is still going through something that I went through a long time ago, and my heart goes out to them. Because I'm a foul-weathered friend. I don't just stick around with people during the good times. Like when their lives are blowing up and they're imploding and they're going through hell, that's when I come in and I say, okay, we're going to go someplace and we're going to get a good meal. And I'm gonna take the reins for a little while because you're in the no place space because your life has just gone from this to this. So let me take care of you. And then people, they come back to the ground, and then they got to get used to their world the way it is now. Because that thing changed. And I've had so many things change in my life that I am here to help other people that lose everything. Thank you. Only to realize that everything you are is inside of you. I don't travel. I'm not in a traveling era. I'm in a stay home, plant a garden, work the garden with Mom, and then give people that I find in the community that like they don't got nobody, but we're gonna be like a Meals on Wheels in our own community. And I'm gonna get up every day and I'm gonna commit myself and do like making one meal that is wholesome, you know, like gourmet, like stuff you see on the bear and shit. And give people that have never got to experience that part of life. Yet they were designed to, but they got sucked up in the beef system, you see? I got ideas on how to get people paid $15 an hour to pick up garbage in any community in which you live. Using the same software that your county uses with the GIS software that they use to survey property lines and stuff. There's satellites everywhere. Why don't you monitor people? I don't want to get into that, but like I'm here for trickle up economics, and I have so many ideas. We got to get rid of the gatekeepers. We got to help them feel secure and comfortable within themselves, so they will allow the floodgates of security and comfort to be released to everyone else. Makes perfect sense to me. You getting tired, Mom? No, you ran on a roll? Mom likes listening to me talk. Want to say hi, Mom? Say hi, Mom. Orange looks nice on you. We haven't gone out. I'm having a hard time, actually. I don't know. I haven't done that since the 90s. I did it one time, and I puked rice out my eyeballs practically. So I'm like, this is what people do for fun? I ain't into that. Like, I have better things to do than go to waste my life doing that. I used to, the guys in the kitchen when I worked in Chevys, I hated putting shit up my nose too in that smoking. Like, though, I quit smoking the wacky tobacco because I don't like to smoke. I do make I made a badass batch of caramel recently though. Go ask your mom and ask her how all I said, Ma, there's so much stuff you didn't teach me, Ma. Except to find another woman to take care of me in your place, Ma. Like Mama's Boys. Should we talk about Mama's Boys for a few minutes? And the boy moms, all that stuff? Like, you're not doing, you didn't do a society. I'm going to use one woman example. I won't say no names. I won't even say the relation. Has 3 boys, okay? One's 20, one's 8, one's 14. Okay? 20-year-old never had a job, plays video games, doesn't have a license, you know? And then, like, life shifts, they change. Like, productivity has fallen by the wayside. I don't know why you're here. Why are you here? Why are you even here? Kings are posers. I don't believe in, like, monarchy. It's like colonial shit. And people that refer to themselves as kings, like, I call that guy the Leo Cub. He does all of his AI astrology. That just means you don't need him. I do this thing with my meta glasses, and then I'll send it to people, and then I'll delete it out of my phone. Because I don't need to take up space in my phone with other people. It's pretty cool. You go to bed, right? You put in your time of birth, the day you were born, the time you were born, and the place you were born, and then you can run it through all these. Western tropical astrology, Vedic surreal astrology. I always say that. So I can see the word, I say the wrong word. Then you could run it through human design. Then you could run it through Chinese astrology. Then you could run it through I'm missing some. I know I'm missing some. I have a thread in mind whenever, and then I'll hear something on an astrology talk, and I'll be like, how does this impact my chart? And then I'll go to a couple different places to test and verify, like it's accurate and stuff. I'm constantly correcting it. It don't matter. It's like people. It's only more civilized because they don't. This doesn't use emotion and bias, like, oh, you remind me of a girl when I went to school and I hated her. She was a jerk, and I'm like, so I get the brunt of your freaking memory. Seriously? Come on. Like, I'm pretty sure that's what people mean when should mean when they say that they're stuck in the past. Like, right? If we don't evolve on this planet, what are we even doing? That's what I got for now. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you have read.